I always give away too much. It's like I've got no sense of touch.
Hey Lifer Tribe, welcome to another Vlogtober vlog. And if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the tribe, and please consider hitting that subscribe button so that you can become a permanent part of this Lifer Tribe. Now, today's vlog is going to be just a little bit different, a little unorthodox maybe, because this is future Stae, like future Stae. If you saw yesterday's vlog and even the one before that, then you know that I was a part of the TPCCon 23 conference, which is the Patio Chicks, Black women who enjoy outdoor spaces, women's conference. And I tried my best, y'all, to be a good vlogger at the conference. But there was just so much going on, so much I wanted to participate in. And then I was a breakout speaker, so I had to prepare for my time. I had banners, I had books. It was just a lot of moving parts. And so I did not vlog as much as I probably should have. Definitely not as much as I would have liked to. But I did get a lot of clips and, you know, be real and that type of stuff. So I wanted to share that with you. We did get a part of my breakout session on camera, so I wanted to share that with you. But it's not gonna be like a regular vlog. So I wanted to jump on and just kind of let you know that, first of all, so that you're not confused about what to expect. And then I wanted to use this time to just talk a little bit about the conference. Of course, you hear the words, you know, the patio chicks and Black women who enjoy outdoor spaces, and you think that the conference is going to be just about that. And like, okay, what does that have to do with women's empowerment and things? And I love the way the founder, Tara Page, says it. It's bigger than pillows and patios. So through the creation of the Patio Chick and women who enjoy outdoor spaces came a community, and a community of women who have now become a tribe, a family. And it all resulted from that time during COVID when we were very isolated, very confused, and just looking for a way to connect. Tara created that Facebook group, and that's exactly what it did. And so now, for the third year, there has been a conference, and I was honored to be a part of that conference this year. And so I did a breakout session on the currency of femininity and emotional intelligence, and how it is to show up as your authentic self unapologetically in what appears to be a man's world in corporate America and entrepreneurship as a leader. And y'all, when I tell you that that session was more than I ever thought it would be, like, it was one of those things where whatever could go wrong went wrong. However, it made it so right. Like, I didn't have enough books for the session. My order did not come in, so I just went with what I had, and so I was feeling some kind of way about that. The table in the room was not the size that I needed, so I wasn't able to use my table cover and the banner that I put on the table. And then I couldn't get the projector to work, and of course, with my PowerPoint, that kind of leads me through my presentation. And I'm not someone who reads my presentation or uses note cards, so it's really important for me to be able to have my PowerPoint because it just kind of keeps me on task. I wasn't able to use that. And so I just asked the ladies early on, you know, before I struggle through this and not give you all the best of me, is it okay if we just talk candidly? Because I know some stuff and I got some stuff to say. Or do y'all want me to struggle through this presentation? And they're like, no, just talk to us. And when I tell y'all, it was powerful. I mean, people were crying, people were sharing. There were a couple of women who were like, I didn't even really know what your breakout session was going to be about, but I just felt like I wanted to come in and just, you know, check it out, and it ended up being everything I needed and more. There were people who were like, one lady said she thought she was in the wrong room, but she just didn't want to be rude and get up and leave, but found out that she was exactly where she needed to be. It was just awesome. I love making those connections, and I love making that impact. That's what makes it make sense for me. And I was sharing that with the ladies, that sometimes our journey is not about us. It's about other people and the impact that we'll have on other people when we're able to share parts of our journey. And I know that it's said so often that, you know, we should learn from our journeys, the good, the bad, and whatever. Well, I'm the first one to tell you, because you know, anything else about me, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. And there are parts of my journey that for the life of me, I could not figure out forever what I was supposed to learn and why I went through it and what it had to do with me. It wasn't until I ran across someone else going through something similar where I was able to share with them and be their support and just be that voice to let them know that they're not alone. That's when I realized what my journey was about. But in the midst of it, or even after it, and I'm talking maybe 5, 10, 15 years after whatever it was, I'm like, no, I ain't learned nothing. I don't understand why I went through that. But it's going to make sense in the long run, as long as you stay open and as long as you put yourself in a position to share and help other people. At some point, every single thing that you've been through is going to make sense to you. And you're going to realize that it wasn't necessarily about me. I'm just the vehicle that this is coming through to be able to help someone else. And I really felt like I was able to help a lot of people on Saturday. And what was even more beautiful about it was the age range of the women in the room. You know, I had younger women, I had middle-aged women, I had more seasoned women, and they were all able to gain something from that breakout session. And then a sisterhood was created right in that very room. So I loved it, and I'm grateful. And it's just like, if things would have went exactly the way I had planned, it may not have been that impactful. You know what I'm saying? So I just loved it. And the conference overall was a lot of fun. It has been light years since I've done like a girls type of trip. You know, I travel a lot with my husband, and you know, so I don't do a lot with anyone else unless we're traveling, you know, with another couple or whatever. So it was nice just having that girl time and being surrounded by like-minded women and just kind of getting away from my norm. So I really, really, really enjoyed it. And if you are interested in joining us next year, and I'm saying us because I am a part of the tribe there with the Patio Chick there, I believe, let me think. I don't know. Just go to TPCCon23.com or TPC. I'll put the link. And I think that tickets for next year are already on sale, but it's going to be in Dallas next year, not in Houston. So I'm super excited about that. So there won't be all the travel and everything, but yeah, it will be in Dallas next year. So I'll drop a link in the description box so y'all can check it out and see. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of jump on and introduce the vlog and explain the vlog because it's going to be a little bit different. Just some snippets of things that happen, and I think I'm going to jump on and talk to y'all a little bit, but it's going to be kind of a hodgepodge. It's going to seem like it's a little all over the place, and I contemplated just like, okay, it's the end of Vlogtober. You know, if I don't have a video today, I'm just not going to have a video. But then I realized, no, it's bigger than that. It's not just about me being consistent for Vlogtober and making sure that I get information out to you all for Vlogtober. I went to that conference and it was powerful, and I need to share that with y'all. And if it's not all pretty and just wrapped in a perfect package with a perfect bow, that's okay. I still need to share the information. And so that's what I decided to do. We did some fun things too. So we had a pajama party the first night, and the theme was animal print. And so I just wore my little pink and gray animal print romper and my gray robe, and it was fun. There was like a line dancing instructor there. And you know, your girl just, I'm not good with choreography, but I surely was out there doing my rendition of what she was teaching us, and it was fun. So you'll see some of that on there. And during that pajama party, Tara Page, who is the founder of the Patio Chick, called some of the breakout session leaders up there, facilitators, for us to kind of introduce ourselves and introduce our session and invite people to the session. So yes, I stood on a stage in front of hundreds of people in my pajamas and told them who I was and about my business, and I was completely comfortable doing that. It was fun. Everyone was in their pajamas. What happened that night too? I think there was just a DJ that night. We did the line dancing. Then the next night was the white party, and So For Real. So the guys who sang My Love, Do You Ever, y'all know that candy coat, they were there. So they sang. That was fun. We had a couple of speakers that day. So there's just a lot going on. What else happened? I love the hotel. I did a room tour. It's an older hotel. I mean, you can tell she's been around, but perfect for that type of event, perfect for business events. Like a one-stop shop. Restaurant was good. The salmon there, top tier. I ate the salmon every single day that I was there. Every day I had the salmon, and I was so happy that the morning we were leaving, we had the pink brunch, which was really pretty, and Tara had an awesome buffet for brunch, and the salmon was on the brunch too, but the salmon was a little different for the brunch than it had been at the restaurant for the dinner, where it was in like this really good garlic cream sauce, y'all. Yeah, really good. So the hotel, I never left the hotel. We got there Friday afternoon, early afternoon, like right at noon, I believe. And I never left the hotel again until we left Sunday afternoon at like 1:30. So definitely one-stop shop, a couple of different restaurants, really, really liked it. And just the flow of everything, the way the conference was set up, it was really cool. So it is definitely a great place for things like that. So it's the Hyatt Regency West in Houston, downtown. Really, really nice. I'm just trying to think of anything else that I wanted to share with y'all before I get into just sharing the clips. But you'll see, if nothing else, you'll see the togetherness, you'll see the culture, you'll see the camaraderie. And that's just what I wanted to share, because it's not just about me and you guys being a part of the Lifer Tribe and you all subscribing to my channel and following me here and following me there. I want to share with you other women who are doing the same kind of thing to empower women, because we all need each other. And I'm not just trying to keep y'all to myself. I want to share, because there may be something that you get from there that you don't necessarily get over here. And I'm like, I'm a part of these different tribes. My Lifer Tribe can be a part too. I ain't scared to share, y'all. So I wanted to tell y'all about Tara and the things that she's doing. And every time I'm involved in things like this, just like I told y'all about Tia Cole and the Cole Lab, I want y'all to be a part of it. So yeah, I'm going to get this video finished and edited so I can get it out to y'all. But I just wanted to kind of explain what you were saying. And I may come back at the end to say goodbye. And I'm the CEO of iSalt, which is Institute for Success in Leadership Training, and I am an emotional intelligence expert. And so tomorrow my workshop is going to be about the currency of femininity and the power that we have with that currency in leadership roles, and giving us the empowerment to show up in leadership unapologetically who we are in all of our femininity. So hope to see y'all tomorrow. I believe I'm 3 to 4 tomorrow.
starting at full spring. Sensing capture by hook of wordy lies, because lust is in pursuit of me. Hustlers are hustling with the stealth of a spy. Lady Marmalade moves into position, sliding fingers across his thigh. Whispers to brim her naughty intention. I take a sip of the ride because I need to pay attention.
So everyone in my house knows it's about me and how I want it to be. Because I trained my husband. I trained my daddy. He lives with me as well. Yeah. I'm working on my nephew because I'm the only female in my house. And they know what it's all about. Now, as far as
where we need to know how to talk to one another, how to listen to one another, because no matter how good you are at your job, if you're not connecting with people, no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to have that success. That a lot of times as women, we don't feel comfortable showing up as who we are truly and authentically in leadership, because for so long, leaders were men. I'm not big into bios, because to me it's a lot of fluff, but I also believe that people do business with those who they know, like, and trust. And in order for you all to know, like, and trust me, you kind of need to know a little bit more about me than just my presentation. So my name is Stae Hall. I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so I am an East Coast girl, and I absolutely love New York and New Jersey. Those were my second homes. I've been in Texas now for about 19 years. I am the mother of 6, 4 boys, 2 girls, and I'm a boy mom all day, and I don't care if y'all tell my daughters that they're too much work. And I am 100% an open book, as y'all can see. I just say it like it is. I shoot straight from the hip. I don't deal with a lot of fluff and different stuff because I'm also a woman of a certain age, so I won't be able to remember if I don't tell you the truth. So all you'll get from me is the truth, because if I tell a lie, then I'm going to have to tell another lie because I'm not going to remember the lie I told before. And so that's who I am. I'm also an author. I have written 3 books with the 4th one on its way. I'm a columnist. I write for the Fort Worth Black News. But the most important thing, and what makes me so great at what I do as far as emotional intelligence and teaching people how to act, is I am a reformed, recovered, delivered tick-tick boomer. And if you don't know what that means that I was the type of person where I'm not going to start nothing, but I'm quite probably going to be the one to finish it, because when things started brewing in my life that I didn't really like, it was tick, 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 boom. And when that boom happened, I was like one of the Atlanta housewives with drinks thrown, tables turned over. And if you don't believe me, I got a witness. Yes. And what I realized is, even though I was not the one to start anything, I didn't keep up a bunch of mess, it was how I reacted to what happened that people would remember. And so I realized that I didn't have that emotional intelligence. And I had to be in control of my emotions in order to be taken seriously. But when I tapped into that, I realized that there was still a disconnect, because no matter how much of in control I was of my emotions, I was still a black woman. And so we automatically get pegged as the angry black woman. We can't show any passion at all. And then it's like, calm down. That phrase right there is a pet peeve for me. Calm down. And you can sit in a boardroom full of men all day and they yelling and banging on the table, and as soon as you say, I disagree, calm down. Calm down. So that's how we got ISALT, Institute for Success and Leadership Training. By show of hands, we're just going to do a little poll. How many of you have ever felt that in order to be taken seriously in leadership, you needed to come across as assertive and aggressive? Just by a show of hands. How many of you, by a show of hands, feel like as soon as you express, like we talked about earlier, any emotion or any passion, you're automatically going to be deemed as dramatic, emotional, or the angry black woman? Well, I want to be the one to help us change that whole narrative and let us know that it's exactly 100% okay and necessary for us to be able to show up in the room unapologetically, 100 being ourselves as a feminine Black woman. What I want to impress upon you is, don't think that in order to be in leadership, you have to be meek and mild and sensitive, nor do you have to be aggressive and loud and compete with the men. All you have to be is yourself. And we have so many of the qualities that anywhere you would look as the key points of what makes a great leader, we as Black women have it innately in us already. We're nurturers. You have to be a nurturer in order to be an effective leader, unless you want a dictatorship. You have to nurture people. You have to let them know that you care. The number one thing that people want is to know that they're heard and they're valued. That is an effective leader, when people are able to thrive under your leadership, when people feel that you really care about their success and their next. That's what a great leader is, and we have that. I mean, and I'm sure we've all been to that place where certain things happen in our lives and we go down a certain path and you're kind of thinking, why me? And then people say, well, you're supposed to learn something. Well, I'll be the first to tell you that there are certain things that have happened to me in my life that I didn't learn a thing from. It just happened. However, as years went on, I ran into someone else going through that. And I was able to share my experience and how I pushed through. And then I realized that's why that happened to me. I didn't necessarily learn anything, but it happened to me to share it with someone else. And that is something that we have innately in us as women. Men have to be taught how to be empathetic. Men are the get over it kings. What can I do? Let's just fix it. Well, that's the same. That's not what we do. We process. And you need that as a leader. When people don't feel like you can feel their pain, that you can empathize, they don't feel that connection. And in order to build morale as a leader, in order for people to be able to band behind you and work for your vision, they have to feel like you're invested. And so those are the things that I feel like we bring to the table that make us the most awesome leaders. It's okay to cry when that coworker comes in the morning, or that person on your team and tells you that they were late because their puppy died. It's okay to close the door and say, oh my gosh, girl, I cannot believe your puppy. That's fine. It's absolutely okay. And you know, I remember from that old Tom Hanks movie saying, there's no crying in baseball. Well, it's okay. And I'm not a crier, but I can appreciate the ones who are. Because that's your emotion, that's authentically who you are. And I believe that part of my job on this earth, other than just telling people or teaching people how to act, is also letting people know that we don't always have to act. Be you unapologetically all the time. Because only when you're truly yourself are you going to get the results you desire. Because when you're acting like somebody else, you're going to get somebody else's results. And that's not necessarily what's fitting your path. And so I want women to know that a power suit is good, but you can also come in your lacy dress, and people need to be able to take you seriously. As women, whether we're leaders in our home, leaders in our boardroom, whatever, we have this crazy notion that we are not fully present and doing what we need to do unless we're taking care of everybody else. When the thing is, if your most desire is to be able to take care of other people and to pour into them, I would assume that that means that you want to give them your best. Well, you can't give them your best if you're not at your best. And so in order for us to be at our best, then we have to make sure that our cup is full and we give everyone else from the overflow. And a lot of people feel like, you know, you don't want to give people the leftovers. My leftovers are the best of me. That's the best of me. You want what I have left over because that means that I'm full, and so I'm giving you my best. And so we have to be able to take care of ourselves first if we truly, because people say, I have so many life coaching clients that are just worn down and they're so tired. They talk about how much. I'm like, why are you so tired? Oh, well, my family just needs me. They're just pulling on me for everything. Whatever. And I'm like, are you presenting them with this raggedy self? How are you helping them? So that makes it more likely that you're going to be cutting people off. You don't have time. No, you need to take care of yourself. Selfishness is not a bad thing. It's necessary. It's necessary. I will tell people, I have no problem saying if I get a phone call out of the clear blue from a family member, a friend, a coaching client, and they need me, I will let them know, you might want to call me tomorrow. Because today, I'm not full. And whatever I tell you today, it might be all right, but you get some good stuff tomorrow. You let me go ahead and make this old fashioned and watch this Hallmark Christmas movie. I'm going to have some good stuff for you tomorrow. Because another thing about us as women in leadership, and again, I'm talking about wherever you are, know that you're a leader. I don't care if you own a business. I don't care. Whatever it is, we're leaders. And as a leader, you have to know that there are people who are depending on you and they need you to be at your highest self, and we are so quick to feel like we have to put out every single fire and we have to do it now, and this is a crisis and it has to happen. And if you go in there and you don't have everything you need, you could possibly make it worse, when most of the time these fires are really just something that's smoldering and it can wait till tomorrow. Nothing is going to happen. And I know mostly our kids get us with that. Nobody wants to get that phone call, Mom, but if you don't have it, then you're going to have to calm down for a second and we can handle this tomorrow. And I say all the time, and I can't say it enough, is you teach people how to treat you. And so you have to create those boundaries and let people know that just because I can't take care of you now does not mean that you're not a priority for me. Because I'm telling you to wait, let you know that you're a priority. Because if I just gave you whatever I could give you now, it's not going to be quality. But because I value you, then I need you to put this on pause. Because if you're running to fix everything as soon as it comes to you, then that's what people are going to expect from you. And then when you are completely depleted, you have no more to give, now you have to go back and try to unring the bell. Like, I know I've been doing this for you for 20 years, but I'm tired now. Now, they don't understand that. Because that's not ever the language that you gave. And so I tell people all the time, you want to start things the way you want to finish them. So if you're going to be there all the time, be prepared to be there all the time. But if you know that you probably going to need some time out, because people will wear you out.
They will,
You will spend so much time filling cups. They overflow into the max because they got theirs and yours. But we can't blame them because we did that. It's our fault. It's our fault. No is a complete sentence. And it is a complete sentence, and it's necessary because, again, as leaders, what you want to do as a leader is to be able to enable people to do things on their own. Because if you're not doing that, then you're not really a leader. Because I tell you, my husband, he worked in corporate America for Wells Fargo Bank for 20 years. He just recently was able to retire and leave and works with me now full time. So I call him team member. But the kids and I would always tease him and call him Tommy from Martin. We like, Tommy, you ain't got no job. Because my husband, I'm an entrepreneur, so you would think I would be more flexible. But that's not really how it is when you're in a business where you eat what you kill. So I'm working all the time, but if somebody needed to be picked up from school, they knew. They could call Wallace, he could come. If there's an event or anything going on and I'm double booked, I could tell my husband. He'd be like, oh, I can show up at this one. And he got a whole job with corporate America. But like, how can you just leave anytime? He's like, because my facility runs like a well-oiled machine. As an effective leader and effective manager, I have things set up and people in place where I don't have to be there. And that's what we want to do. But as women, that's the one little piece that we sometimes think we're fixers. I'll do it. And sometimes we have to learn the hard way. Nutshell, the whole thing is just show up as who you are authentically meant to be. However, you have to give yourself grace. And I think it was said here at some point, and I've heard it before, everybody else deserves grace but us. No. Was that okay? Yes. Extend that grace to you first, because you may not get it from anybody else. And when you want to be able to be at your highest level, take care of you first, because no matter how much you're running around and doing everything for other people and you're everybody for everybody, I'm not impressed if you're tired. I'm not impressed if you're unhappy. I'm not impressed. I want to see you being able to pour into other people and you're not tired, and it's your joy, and you're showing up, and it's not an inconvenience. I don't want to hear that, oh, I'm so busy, I didn't even have time to do that. Well, that's your fault. Because are you busy or are you productive? There's a difference. We can be busy every day, and I guess that's a phrase that the kids say, booked and busy. Well, I don't ever want to be busy, because I don't even know what busy means. I want to be productive. And some days, productive means just sitting in your bed with your bonnet on, watching Lifetime, sipping on whatever you want to sip on, doing whatever you want to do, filling your cup. Because no production happens when you're flying by the seat of your pants, tired with no sleep. That's not productive. And those that we really want to pour into are not getting the fullness of who we are. And like I said, I would tell people in a minute, I can try to help you now, but if you really want
The queen, the object and the focus is to checkmate the opponent. Now, who is the opponent? The opponent is anything or anyone that stands in your way. That can be fear. That can be guilt. That can be self-sabotage. It's a real thing, self-sabotage. Anybody in here know anything about self-sabotage? Because what happens and we partnered with a nonprofit called Save a Girl, Save a World, and they came here and they learned the whole supply chain from, being an engineer, and a lot of times cosmetic chemists are chemical engineers, from being an engineer to the actual line where we actually do production and manufacturing. They just got the whole gamut. And so I'm excited because the products, and I was just at the lab today actually before I came here earlier. We're working on a new product that's coming out in December. I'm really excited about that. But we're going to take the products that we make in that lab and we're bringing them here, and we are going to set up a beauty suite here in the chic suite. I believe I'm going to be in spinning. Pamela Harmon. Wow. Pamela Harmon. I know who that is. I know exactly who that is. But Pamela Harmon just won a car. Man, listen. So we are outside. Because in here, we're not trending because we're fighting each other. We aren't trending because we're cursing each other out. We're not trending because we, walking around with nothing on or anything like that. No, we like to be sexy. We like to be cute. We like to talk. We like to share our dreams. We like to share our hopes. But we like to support each other. We like to love each other. And we get a kick out of doing it. We get a kick out of pouring into somebody else in this space. But this is our space, and this is what we have done. And I thank y'all more than anything for just answering the call to come and hang out with me on the patio so we can have amazing conversations and we can continue to love each other and support each other through whatever it is that we're going through.
right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the little snippets and clips that I was able to share with you from the conference. I'm sorry that I didn't do a whole lot of traditional vlogging, but hopefully you were impacted by what you saw in this video. And I definitely encourage you to hop on over to Facebook and join the Patio Chick group. You are absolutely gonna love it. It is an amazing tribe of women who are just full of positive energy and positive vibes. And when you stop by, tell your girl Tara Page hi and let her know that Stae Hall sent you. Well, you all know the drill. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm so glad and grateful that you take this time to spend with me during each and every video. Y'all know what I always say. Always be kind and make sure that you love one another, but never stop living your life. LYFE. Love yourself first explicitly. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
I always give away too much. It's like I've got no sense of touch. I'm always pouring out my heart. No little by little.